Yeah. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh. Bahasham. Yahweh Shai. Bahasham. Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. The elder apostles in Connecticut, the bishops, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect. The elect, Shalom, right? To the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This your brother Aram Yahawada with the lesson out here on the highways and the byways once more, right? Right here, you know, because what? The kingdom it's on its way out, but it's not out yet, right? Right? Because we got a couple of more prophecies that must be fulfilled, man, right? Certain prophecies have to happen in order for us to get up out of here, right? So, you know, we're still dealing with, what is it? You got to deal with the civil unrest, right? Dealing with, the civil unrest, but even before the time of civil unrest, you got so it's Habakkuk chapter 2. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6, right? So these are things that's actually gonna come down, right? Waiting for the before this place comes out, go down, right? It says Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him? So what? All the things. It tells you in the scriptures that the Lord is allowing the veil to be or the skirt, right, to be pulled up upon Esau, right, uncover the legs, uncover the thighs, right, making all the things seen, and seeing people are starting to see. The underhanded thing of the government, right? But at the same time, there's really not much you could actually do about it either, right? So, but as things is going on, even the guy what's his name, from Full Spectrum, I don't remember his name, but even he was saying that if something don't happen soon, it will be civil unrest, right? And this thing is clashing with all the things that your freedoms, your ability to buy foods, your ability to live comfortable. With all that's about when that's at jeopardy, right? So shall not all these take a parable against them? See, and once it's all in jeopardy, now they're going to say something against this country. Now they're going to say something against Donald Trump. Now they're going to say all the things that have been evident to the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, especially to the so-called Judah, right? Right, to the Southern Kingdom, right? The things that they were saying and even showing you in certain movies, that it was the police that rolled up on them and basically was forcing them to sell drugs, and then bringing them the money, trying to enslave them to sell narcotics to their own people by hurting their people, but by them benefiting, putting the money within their pocket, right? Right? So that was kind of the start of it, man. Right? Then you kind of seen a little bit of it when Freeway Rick went through his spell, his little situation, right? Because it was known that the FBI, all the way up to the president, knew about the drugs that was given to Freeway Rick to fund a war that the American government was helping to fund, right? I think it was the Nicaraguan war, right? So they destroyed the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians to fund a war, right? Right? But pretty soon you're gonna have to face the realities of what's going on, right? While you laugh and joke, you're gonna say, shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe, right? Somebody gotta wait a minute, whoa, they gotta get destroyed, they gotta get killed, something got to happen, right? You're gonna come against your own government, man. Right? He'll say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Right? So now you're going to finally realize, oh, wait a minute. This self-proclaimed so-called white man has been taking what is not his for quite some time. Right? And now once everything falls apart, now you're going to want to say something. Right? Everything seems okay right now. Everybody's on this, and under this gross darkness, right? Right? While the true prophets, the true men of the Lord are saying what? How long, man? How long, Lord, do we got to endure this, man? Right? We come out in the highways and the byways, we endure, not only do we endure the elements, we endure you simple niggas, man. You simple-minded jakes, man. Right? Who can see that the self-proclaimed so-called white have never had love for you, right? They ain't never had love for you. But you're so simple, you just go on to get along, Well, that's about to come to an end, right? And to him that layeth himself with thick clay, right? Thick clay, a batyat, right? Which is going to fall upon this place is that debt, man. The debt that they owe to the international bankers, that's going to fall upon you, right? And now you're going to go, oh my, what? You're trying to force us. We have to do this in order to eat, right? That's when you're gonna say something. That's when you're gonna come up against the so-called establishment, right? Second Esdras, chapter 15, Salakia. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 16, right? Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition amongst men, right? See, that's the time that we're coming in. We're coming in a time of some great sedition, right? The thing that you're seeing in was it January 6th? That ain't sedition. You're about to see some real sedition real soon, right? Right? Because once you realize that the dollar that they've been, it ain't just the American dollar, they're collapsing every dollar around the world. China, wait a minute. You know how much stuff be bought from China? How is it possible that China's dollar is so weak? And people are talking about it like, oh yeah, by the way, the Chinese money is weak too. The American dollar is weak, but so is the Chinese dollar. Tell me how is the dollar weak? Tell me how is the Chinese yen weak? Everything comes from China. How is their dollar weak? It's because they're weakening the dollar to bring in the digital enslavement to you, right? So you all could be enslaved by digital means, man. So you can have the biometrics, man. Every one of you gonna have biometrics, right? Right? Bio meaning body, metrics is an amount of number, right? Being that you can't buy or sell and say you have this, man, right? But it's going to cause what? For there should be sedition amongst men and invading one another. See, and this is the time that we're about to come in, man. We're going to come in a time of sedition, right? In the time of men invading one another, man, right? They shall not regard their kings nor princes. And see, pretty soon, you're not going to regard, once you realize Trump has sold you out to the elite and Trump has never been for you, then you're going to be like, oh, we ain't gonna regard what Trump had to say. You're not gonna regard what these so-called leaders, right? Which is starting to happen on a microscopic level now. You see some of these so-called rappers who people looked up to. Snoop Dogg, Nelly, these other guys who went and perform for Trump anyway. And they're like, wait a minute, you guys were saying all this and that, and here you go, supporting Trump. Well, he's supporting what's about to take place, man. Some people are in the know, right? Starting with the elect, man, of Yahweh Bashem Al-Washai, man. We're in the know, right? According to the right hand of the power, man. The right hand of what's going on in this world, man, right? It says, and the cause of their actions shall stand in their power, man. So what, man? The elite is basically using these scenarios, these situations, like the Party City going out of business, the big lots. What else went out? They said something else. They were saying a bunch of other stuff going out of business, right? Party City, the big lots. They was even saying some stuff that's basically still technically functioning, but they must be going to be downsizing. I can't remember all the names right now. Salakia. But Dollar Tree, which like the guy was speaking about on Full Spectrum. If Dollar Tree is finna go out of business, or even the dollar store went out. You have to understand. You have to make sense of why they decided to. Because it ain't like they went poor. They just decided to step out. Why? Because they ain't gonna make no money, because the dollar is not a dollar anymore. So that's why there's no dollar stores anymore. And pretty soon there won't be any Dollar Trees, because the dollar is not a dollar no more. Think about it. Every time you buy something that used to be $1, you're paying $2 to maybe $3 for what it was a few years ago. Why? Because the dollar is not a dollar anymore. Common sense tells you that. right? So what's going on? We're going in the time that they layeth up to himself what? Thick clay, a batyat, what? Debt, right? Right? All this debt, right? Which all of you are all debt slaves, man, by the way, right? So this is going to infuriate you once you realize the truth, but it's going to be too late, right? It says, and men shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right? Going into what? Because of these wars, these race wars, class wars, the all-out civil unrest, man, right? All-out civil unrest. Second Esdras. Chapter 6. Yeah. Second Esdras chapter 6, verse. I'm going to start at 23. Second Esdras chapter 6, verse 23. And the trumpet shall give a sound, right? And that's what we out here doing. We're out here blowing the trumpet, giving you warning, fair warning, giving you a sound, giving you that warning, right? Which when every man heareth, they shall suddenly be afraid. And right, you're gonna hear. Also, you're gonna hear what? You're gonna hear that war cry of Yahweh Shai, and everybody's gonna be afraid once Yahweh Shai crack that cloud, and you hear that war cry, like a travailing woman, right? Every person's gonna be afraid, right? But when you see what there's going to be, what do you call it? All-out war and dead and people killing each other left and right for a little bit of food, man. You're going to wish that you listen to the sound of the warning of the prophets, man, of the men of of the men that's of the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect that will be the Lord's elect, hopefully soon, sooner than later, right? He says, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, man. So pretty soon you're gonna come into a time where there's not enough food. There's gonna be sedition amongst men. You're gonna have your Democrat against your Republican. They're going to be out here fighting, right? Because they're going to realize what? That abatya, that debt, that thick clay has collapsed the American dollar. And now the way of life, the way of living that you used to be accustomed to is no longer. There is no more longer an American dream. And that's coming up shortly, man. Right? Why do you think they're pushing the technocracy? Because they're not looking for you to work at a job, right? It's a car. You are hired, but no more. no more. They ain't looking. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even looking for Issachar to be hired, man. Right? They're gonna get the AI, right? They don't need you, right? Because you didn't hear the war, you didn't hear the prophet, so the Lord's going to have judgment come upon you, right? It says, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those things that dwell therein, right? Famine, death, pestilence, right? the lack of money, the lack of bread, right? The springs of fountains shall stand still. Oh, no water, right? Still water, you can't drink still water. It becomes a bacteria, right? So there's no way for you to drink water. Oh man, right? And the trees, and in 3 hours, they shall not run. So yeah, you're gonna have any water, no food. You ain't gonna have a government, right? Which they already signed the government over to the UN. They already signed the government over to the WHO, right? So basically, once the troops come in with this, it says you should desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Once the troops come in, they're gonna gun you down because you ain't gonna have rights. Your Bill of Rights is done. There is no more Bill of Rights, right? Says, whosoever remaineth from all these that I told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of the world, right? Which is talking about the elect, man. I'm not just talking about any old body. Whosoever, the whosoever is talking about the Israelites, and then you have to be the elect out of the elects, man, in order to be saved, right? Because what is it? Go back. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, right? Right, which means judgment, man. Judgment against me. There's going to be judgment against me, right? Because every man is going to be tested. It's going to be the hour of temptation. The hour of temptation, every man is going to be tested, man. You're going to see what kind of faith you have in the power, which his real name is Yahweh, and his only begotten son, his name is Yahweh Shai, right? Who will deliver me in those days? So who could deliver you in those days, man? Especially if you're calling on the wrong name. If you're calling on Most High Christ bless. If you're calling on any of these other crazy names, right? Right? The beginning of sorrow and great mournings, the beginning of famines and great death. So guess what? Once the stock market crash, and you realize that the debt and things that America has accumulated has allowed the money to not have any power behind it. Not to mention all these other countries are saying they're no longer going to use the American dollar, right? So that's devaluing the dollar. So already it takes you $2 to $3 to buy what you bought before for $1. I remember when you used to go buy penny candies. Go somewhere and find you could buy penny candies. You could take 5 cents and go buy you about 5 pieces of gum. You can't do it, right? Look at the so-called dollar menus. Think Wendy's had the dopest dollar menu that there ever was. No dollar menu anymore. There's not one thing that's $1. Go to any dollar menu. There's no dollar menu. Now they're calling it value menus. Why? Because the value of the dollar has increased. Right? It's no longer $1. Right? So this is the beginning of great death, man. That's what's coming, man. And great death. The beginning of wars, right? We're going to have race wars, right? Civil war. The Third World War. That's the thing that's coming, man. That's ultimately the thing that's coming to this place, man. And this place ain't going to be able to stand. right? And the powers shall stand in fear, right? Because pretty soon, even they're not going to have control, right? The government, which means mind control. So after a while, the government ain't even going to be able to control everything, right? So even they're going to be in fear because the Most High is going to start taking over, right? The Lord's going to cause mass death, great death, it just said, right? Have you heard? Great death and great death. The beginning of wars, right? What happened during wars? People died, right? What happened in famines? People died, right? That's the thing that's coming, man, right? It says, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, right? What's evil mean? Evil mean a bad time. So all that American, the American dream, the Bill of Rights, all that's going to be done. All that is done, right? This is going to be evil. Evil meaning a bad time, and that's ultimately what you're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? Real time, right? Shall come, behold, right? So look, this how you know the Father mean business, man. This how you know Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai mean business, because he already told you famines, great famines, right? And death, right? He already said that. But watch this. 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 19, because I read 18. Now watch 19. Behold, which means feast your eyes, look, pay attention. Famine, pestilence, tribulation. Why did he have to say it all over? Because that's the level that it's about to happen, man. It's going to come on a crazy scale, man. Right? Behold, which means feast your eyes, look, pay attention. Famines, pestilence, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute, man. And all these things are going to be happening upon you to give you correction so you can see what's going on. Right? Says Isaiah chapter 13, verse 11, and I will punish the world. Hey, see, that's ultimately what the Lord is about to do, man. The Lord is out here to punish the world, man. The world. In an orche sense, right? Everybody's going to be tried and tested, man. For I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, right? The world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. Come on now. Shit. And I will cause the arrogant, right? And who's that? Esau, Edom, man. Esau, Edom, and you Jakes. 2/3 of you Jakes are arrogant, man. You so-called black Hispanic, you're arrogant. So that's why the Lord's coming to judge you. And I will cause the arrogant and the proud to cease, man. So that's what's going to happen. The Lord said He's coming to judge the world, man. Right? So He cause you proud and arrogant to cease, man. Starting with Esau, Edom, your daddy. The so-called white man is your daddy, right? You love the so-called white man. You love the system. You play a deadly game, which talk about the white man. He goes again and he kills us and this and that. But listen, when we tell you that, listen. It's a reason behind that. That guy is Esau, right? His descendants are the Edomites, and that's biblical that he hates you. right? It's a biblical thing. You don't want to hear that. You just want him to treat you like he treat everybody else so you could stay here and just be a nigga, man. So you could smoke blunts and commit adultery and shoot other niggas in the face, right? Or sing at a church, clapping and dancing to white Jesus, man. That's your hope for this fucking place, man. But see, the Lord is about to judge you niggas, man. The Lord is about to, man, cause man. And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible, man. And that's Esau Edom, man. He got a lot of fucking pride and he's terrible, man. He's bringing all this stuff into the earth, right? Right? Being sworn in, right? Trump. Right? He got the inauguration. This is the entomology online. Inaugural or not inaugural it's inauguration, but then it's inaugural was in general the ceremony, and ceremony goes into what? Being religious, or like a so-called a practice of so-called religion or some type of witchcraft, right? Right? Their belief system, right? A ceremony goes into something that's religious. They're priests, right? The ceremony by the Orgas obtained or to obtain the situation, the sanctions, right? Let me see that shit. Slakia. Endeavor, Slakia. Says inaugural was the general, which I know that's All-Uger, Slakia. I'm not saying it. All-Uger. Slakia. Hold on. I know it goes into, yeah. Auger. I said augurs, right? It says a ceremony by which the augurs obtain endeavored to obtain the sanction of gods to something which had been decreed by men, right? So they're putting up their prayers basically to the demons, right? To their god, Satan, right? It says, in particular, however, it was the ceremony by which things a person who consecrated to the gods, right? Plural. Gods, plural, right? Asterisk, right? The Queen of Heaven, right? Ishtar, right? These are the things that they doing in the time of the inauguration. They're giving praise and homage to these other gods, right? Though they're telling you that this is a place that believes in the Bible, but when you look at the format and you look at what's going on in America, it's everything but a place that believes in the Bible, man. The government do not believe in the Bible, right? Because that's why it says inauguration. So when they did the inauguration, it's a ceremony that they do to other gods, plural, right? It says, if the signs observed by the inaugurating priest, right? See? So this guy is supposed to be what? A priest. Right? On the left-hand side. Were thought favorable, the decree of men had the sanction of the gods. So basically, they're basically saying the inauguration of Donald Trump had the sanction of their gods, right? Asterisk, right? The Queen of Heaven, right? Ishtar, right? Dagog, all these other different gods, right? Satan, right? Himself. So that's who Donald Trump and these elites actually pray to, man. They actually pray to basically to Satan, right? And that was part of the inauguration, right? A high satanic day, right? Putting that guy into that presidential seat, right? Which ultimately you're gonna see he's gonna come down upon you, having great wrath, knowing that he got but a short time, right? Matter of fact, what's that? It says, let's see, the definition of ceremony, right? Since we read about the ceremony, it says a ceremony, a religious observation, or a solemn rite from Old French, right? Ceremony, directly from the Middle Age Latin ceremoniae, right? says augur. It says augur because they're going into to that thing being what from the inauguration of Trump, right? Putting him in office, right? Augur. It says an augur, an ancient Roman functionary whose duty was to observe and interpret. How do you say that? Auspice, right? The auspice, right? It says auspice, a divine or prophetic prophetic token, right? So basically, that's what the auspice is. So they could. It's supposed to be a prophetic token of what's going on, right? Auspice. I'm sorry about that. Or reputed natural signs concerning future events, right? So when you think of what's been happening in natural signs, right, which they're declaring that the inaugural was consecrated, which means kind of like it was blessed by their gods, and then the augur is supposed to interpretate, right? It's supposed to interpretate the prophetic tokens or signs, which the word said auspice. Auspice, yeah. So the word is auspice, right? So if you think about what's been going on as far as the signs of what's going on in this time, it ain't good. Your future's not good, right? Your future is not going to be good, right? Because you're going to be dealing with a cruel Lord, right? It says Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. It says the burden of Egypt, which is talking about this Egypt, the spiritual Egypt, America, Babylon the Great, the spiritual Egypt, which is America, Babylon the Great. Behold, which means feast your eyes, look, pay attention. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, rideth upon a swift cloud, which is the chariots, what they call UFOs. The angels are finna return in what they call UFOs, man. What they call UAPs, UFOs, right? Orbs, or whatever they want to call it, but really it's the angels of the Most High, man, right? And shall come to Egypt, right? Which that's America, Babylon the Great. It's Egypt, right? Spiritually, it's Egypt, man. The place of your bondage, the place that you so-called black Hispanic and Nigerians were in slavery and servitude, even to this very day, man. Right? Now you don't got the chains on you, but you gotta work hard to pay taxes on your taxes. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, right? That in itself lets you know this place is Egypt, because Egypt goes into bondage, right? Which they got it from from the original place, Mizraim, which means I believe it means a rock and a hard place, which that's where we're at. That's where we were at, and we're still in between the rock and a hard place, so to speak, man. Because this is a place where you pay taxes on top of your taxes. This is a place of Egypt, of bondage, right? The house of bondage, which is Egypt, right? Which is America, Babylon the Great, spiritually Egypt, man. Right? It says, and shall come to Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall move at his presence. Right? That's the time when the Lord's coming to judge this place. So all your idols of Mary and JC, right? A Buddha, right? All this other madness that goes on in this place, the Queen of Heaven, all that madness, man, it's going to be judgment time for the hot, what the Lord said, the arrogant, man. Right? He's coming to destroy the arrogant, the haughty, man. He's going to lay low. Right? And that's a lot of you 2/3, man. Right? It says, and the idol shall move at his presence, and the heart of the mind of Egypt shall melt in the midst thereof. So once you see those chariots, once you realize there is a God, and then when you realize there is a God, you're gonna realize that he was a so-called black man, and when he comes back, he's coming back to judge the wicked, man. He's not coming to give sunshines and rainbows to everybody, man. Right? And he's only coming for the elect. Right? It says, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians. See, and here we go. This is going to be that time where there's going to be a lot of race wars and calamity and fighting. That's if you even make it to see the Lord come. Because a lot of people are going to die in the time of this sedition, man. Right? There's going to be a great number that's going to die in this sedition. The sedition amongst men. Right? Says, and I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, right? And that's the time that's coming, man. City against city, and kingdom against kingdom, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail, man. And that's the time that you're living in, man. The time that the spirit of Egypt, hey, it's failing, man. So once that dollar collapsed, and you're looking like, oh shit, Donald Trump wasn't for us. He's really against it. He's with the elite. That's when you're gonna have the taunting proverbs. That's when you're gonna try to come up, and that's when all these things what do they call it? It's going to be what is it called? Anarchy, right? Total anarchy, right? Right? Control, chaos, control, right? Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're controlling the chaos, right? Right? Because that's why I said it's a stand in their power. So they're going to control the chaos, man. They can control when things are going to happen. Right? And once they feel like it went enough, they're going to come in, oh yeah, you know what? We got the solution. Well, you've never had the solution, right? No. The solution is AI. We can use this particular drop of your blood and have it search, and so it can make a specific cure for your specific illness, specifically for your current situation. Ooh, miracles, right? Right? And in the midst thereof, and I will, this is why I'll read it again. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they that seek to the idols, right? You're gonna be seeking back to these things, the augurs, right? The augurs, right? We're gonna see if these augurs can read the you know what's going on. Tell me what's going on. Now, I don't know if they do it like how they did back in the day. They take some chicken bones, throw it out. You're supposed to read it. You know what I mean? But these are the things that they be doing, and that's what the whole thing of the inauguration was, right? Right? Seek it to the idols and to the chambers and to them that have familiar spirits, to the wizards. And that's ultimately what all that thing was with them at the inauguration, right? So now you got your king, right? You got your king. It says, and you're gonna find out all about your king, right? He says, and the Egyptians I will give over unto the hand of a cruel Lord, right? So you're going to realize that Donald Trump is going to be a cruel Lord, man. He's going to be your cruel king, man, right? And a fierce king shall rule over them, right? Going into the draconial laws, the draconial measures, right? Saith Yahweh of hosts, right? Hosts meaning armies, man. Right? Because all this is all for the Lord's purpose, man. Because the Lord's, all this has to happen so that all these, you die. Famine, death, pestilence, war. What's going to be happening? Man, a whole lot of that. Right? It says, and the Egyptians will I give into the hands of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith Yahweh of hosts. Right? So that's going into. It says Revelation chapter 13 verse 5, and there was given unto him a mouth, right, speaking great things and blasphemings, and powers was given unto him, right? That's your cruel Lord, right? Was given unto him to continue 42 months, right? The small time that America has existed, right? The 250 years or whatever that colonial, whatever they want to celebrate, right? It says, and he opened his mouth in blaspheming against the power, the Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. And that's ultimately what you're going to see, Trump being a cruel Lord, and he's going to blaspheme against the Most High, right? And one way is coming against the prophets, man. Coming against us. you're blaspheming the Most High, man, right? And blaspheme against the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, to blaspheme His name and His tabernacle, right? Where the people were. Who's His tabernacle? The hopeful elect, the men of the Lord, is Yahweh's tabernacle. And to them that dwell in heaven, man, right? We're here on earth, and we're here to be the Lord's tabernacle, man, right? Oh yeah, come. There it is. It says, Revelation chapter 13, verse 11, and I beheld another beast came up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and that's going into what? Your back in the day in Roman time, it was the plebeian and patricians, but now it's your Republican and your Democrat. But now, what's going to happen of your cruel Lord, right? Once you realize who Donald J. Trump is, right? You're going to realize he's really about the elite, right? Because he is part of the elite. He's part of the elite family. You can't be president unless you're related to them. Every president has been related. They're all related. This whole game is rigged, whether you know it or not, right? Right? But it's rigged on our behalf too. The Lord has said we have already overcome, right? But it says, and I beheld another beast came up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, right? Going to your Republican and your Democrat, right? Back in antiquity, right? Which this is a Rome 2.0, right? The Greco-Roman Empire all over again, right? But it's just under a digital, right? Under technology. Now you got planes and cars and trains, and you got micro sea hips, right? Which is a different time, but it's still the same people, man. The Esau Edom, man, right? Of the Roman, right? Because it says like a lamb and spake as a dragon. So what dragon was it? It's going to talk like the Roman Empire. That red dragon is going to come, and they're going to come with those draconian laws, right? Every citizen is going to be an enemy of the state, man. All of you are going to be enemies of the state, right? And that little Edomite is going to be put to, hey, that's why you're going to kill, you got to get these little monsters, man, right? That's why they got to go. That's why you got to go. Yeah, that's why they got to go, man. And exercise all the power of the first beast before him, and cause the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed, right? Which that's how you know it's talking about the Roman Empire, man. Right? This is Rome 2.0, man. All over again. Right? Go to any courthouse, go any judicial system, any type of government building, and it looks like you're standing in Rome. Go anywhere in America, anywhere. Go to the smallest little town, and you'll see buildings that look like Rome, right? So that's how you know this is that place all over again, right? But you about to have a cruel Lord, man, right? It says Revelation chapter 12, verse 10, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation. And this is the time we've been waiting for. We need them to bring this on. So, because now we know what salvation is just around the corner, right? We need Trump to be a cruel Lord to you dummies, man, right? and strength and the kingdom of our power, starting with Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakal Kadash, right? And the power of his Hamashiach, right? See? The power of his Hamashiach, right? Right? Because, hey, that's what he's going to be. He's going to be able to display his full power on that day, man. Yahweh Shai is going to be able to display his full power on that day, man. Right? For the accuser of the brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And that's why they make all these so-called movies, right? Boys in the Hood, American Gangster. Everything is about Jake, about you so-called black being gangsters. But the real American gangster is a so-called white man, man. The biggest drug dealer is this country, right? But they throw you off and put you off as that thing. Because why? They plan on, in times past, in history come out, just like antiquity, when they took all the images of the Israelites that were black and painted them white. That's what they're going to do with everything else. They're going to say, hey, the worst people in the world was these black people right here. These was the gangsters. They made everything terrible, right? But the real gangster and the one who makes the world terrible is the one who has complete control over this place, right? They the one who got control over the food, over whether you could go any place. And they're going to show you that. They're going to show you that they got power, whether if you could eat or whether you could travel over there or you could travel over there, right? So, and which accuse them before our power day and night, man. So, man, year in and year out, they're accusing us, which they're going to continue to accuse us, man. They're going to say those black Hebrew Israelites, those identity crisis people, because we're in crisis of an identity. Nah, man. We know who we are, man. We can read the Bible. We know what's going on. We know the truth, right? We'll let the dummies get put to death, man. Right? And while the Lord defends the righteous, man. Right? And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. See, the Lord's going to protect the righteous, man. Let the dummies get put to death, man. Right? And by the word of their testimony, and they love not their lives unto death, man. And we're ready to die in this place where it's going to be a lot of death, man. The Lord said, great death, man. Great death is coming to this place, right? So we're not afraid of death, right? Absent from the body is present with the Lord. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell there in them, Slakia. Woe, which means judgment. Judgment has to come to this place, America. Judgment has to come to 2/3 of you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, because you ain't coming to the realization of the knowledge of the truth of your power, of where you need to be at, and how you need to serve the Lord, in fear and in trembling, right? You ain't thinking about that, right? It says, woe, right, which means judgment to the inhabitants of the earth. Do you live on earth? So the Lord said, woe, judgment, death, killing, famine, death, pestilence to everybody who dwell on the earth. This is God speaking, not me. God says he's going to kill everybody on earth. If you ain't right, you got to go. If you ain't serving him, you got to go, Jake. You so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, if you ain't serving the Lord, you got to go. He don't need you. Right? It says, woe, right, which means judgment to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea. The sea, devil, right? Who's the devil, man? Who's the devil according to the Bible, man? It ain't some invisible person you can't see. The devil is on your dollar bill, man. That's the devil. Right? That's your enemy who's going to collapse the dollar in order to enforce the digital dollar, to enforce you to be a debt slave, according to the Karagma, according to the biometrics, man. Right? It says, Salakia, yeah. And the devil shall come down unto you. Hey, the devil. Hey, what did they just say about was it the ICE agents? I believe they just said the ICE agents have power to arrest any citizen now. Because before, ICE agents can only grab up illegals. But I believe they were saying something about the ICE agents, right? Is going to have power to grab anybody, right? Then they were talking about giving guns to the IRS. When have you ever heard of the IRS having guns? So now they're talking about giving guns to the IRS. So you're about to see that you're going to have a cruel Lord real soon, right? It's going to come down upon you, right? It come down, and the devil shall come down upon you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And see, Esau know that, hey, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, through his son, through the men that's out here laboring week in and week out, that their time is over, man. Us standing upon our feet, me speaking this prophecy, me speaking is a sign to you, Jake, right? It's meant to be a sign to you. But you don't fear. That's why the Lord said he sent the scourges for amendment, right? Scourges mean punishment. Amendment means for correction. So the fires in California, the mudslides and whatever stuff that's going on, niggas dying every day, those are for judgments for you to correct yourself. But hey, you don't want to correct yourself. Let's just continue to do the madness that you've been doing, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, expecting the so-called white man to love you, finally for once, right? All of a sudden, the white man gonna love you? No, he's gonna come down with great wrath, knowing that he got but a short time. All right? It says, and when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, right? Hey, man, he no longer gonna have his rulership. When he see his rulership is slipping, he's gonna come down with great wrath, man. He see this rulership is slipping. But you, Jake, you're the only one who don't see his rulership slipping. You think you're gonna go back and forth in America forever and the Lord ain't gonna do nothing. And when the dragon saw that he was cast down, he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman. And who's the woman? That's Israel, man. Right? That's you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. They're finna come against you. You so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, they about to come against you, whether you know it or not. And even every American, right? Even if you ain't so-called black, Hispanic, they coming after you, right? Unless you say, oh, forget it, I'll bow it here. Give me the, I always thought it was cool anyway, man. I thought it was cool, man. I was always down with that, man. I watched some futuristic movies, man. I like that shit, man. Go and give me that shit, man. Where you want me to put it? Here? I'll do it anywhere. I just don't want to. I don't want to die. And those are the people who they're just gonna bow. A lot of people are just gonna bow down to it, right? But you know, you're gonna have that. But some of you're gonna die anyway, right? You're gonna get the grievous sore. You're gonna die of cancer, right? You're gonna be oozing from the bite of the serpent, man, that bit you in the hand, man. Right? From its poison, man. Right? So it says, wait. And he persecuted the woman, which are you so-called black Hispanic Canadians, which goes back to Mary too, right? Because they came to the Herodian dynasty, the Herodians, not dynasty, but Herodians, right? Through Herod, right? Herod the first one, sent men to kill Yahushua. That's what it's going to say. Which persecuted the woman, which brought forth the man-child, which is talking about Yahushua. They went to go kill him, but it's also talking about you, Jake, even to this very day, man. That thing is twofold, right? They're coming to persecute the woman, right? Which really is really dealing with the elect. But you are the elect, but there's an elect within the elect, and they have to come against you, trying to what's it called? Sift out, because they're the devil, man. The devil's gonna try to sift us. He's trying to sift out and find out who's the elect and who's not. Trying to kill trying to kill the prophecy, right? Trying to kill his falling, right? Because it just said it. It said when he saw that he was cast down unto the earth, that's when he sees fall, that's when he's gonna start persecuting the woman, right? Which you so-called black, Hispanic, and Indian, right? Which you are Israelites, you are the elect, but there's gonna be the elect out of the elect, right? Because what is it? It's right here. Somewhere. Hold on, Slocky. Yeah, come. The water, how wash you know time. Yeah. So the second Ezra chapter 16, chapter 16, so like your second Ezra chapter 16, verse 70, for there shall be in every place and in every city great insurrection, right? That's what we're talking about, man. It's gonna be great insurrection, a lot of battling, fighting, all sorts of things, the lack of bread, right? Great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh, man. So that's what's coming down the way, because yeah, there's an elect within the elect, man. So with the elect inside the elect, hey, they're gonna come against you, right? But it's really to get to us, Lord willing. I'm part of that number, right? Right? Well, I'm out here doing the work, so they're gonna come against. Just even if I'm not, I'm doing. Hey, you one of them. Yeah, they're gonna come and get you, man. Right? They know where your web page at. They know where you live at. They know know what you drive. Know what you know what I mean. They know what you ate this morning. They know all these different things. You know. But that's where it's at. For there shall be in every place, right? And where we at? We're scattered around the world, right? Men of renown, right? Who's gonna have that name, that renowned name. Starting because we some of us have taken on the names of Jacob and Israel, right? We're no longer our slave names. We're called after the names of our forefathers, right? It says, for there shall be in every place and in every city great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh, Basham Yahweh Shai. They shall be like madmen, sparing none. And that's what's coming down the pike from Donald J. Trump, man. He's about to send his military. They're gonna come in like madmen, sparing nobody. They don't care if you're white. They don't care if you're black. They don't care if you're Hispanic. If you ain't getting down with the get down, you gotta go, right? Because that's part of the New World Orders thing anyway, right? They already destroyed the Georgia Guidestones, but there would be a time you could go to Georgia and look at the Georgia Guidestones, and it tell you that they want to wipe out humanity to about 500 million, right? At one point in time. It says, and they shall be like madmen, spoiling none, and still they should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh, Basham Yahweh Shai. So they're really after us. Even though they're going to be after you so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, they got to be after, they're going to come after what? The men of the Lord. Ultimately, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So that's the time that's going to be coming. If you got too much food, that's the thing they're going to say. It's going to be called this global, what is it? Carbon dating. If you got too much carbon footprint and you got too much thing, they're going to take your food. You can only have this much food. You can only live within this city, and you're going to have this 15-minute city, and you can only go so far out of your city. You will not be able to go into the next city. You will not be able to do any of these other things. Right? You're gonna see that they're going to come down with great wrath, knowing that they got but a short time. They're going to start controlling this thing. You're going to see the draconian laws and the draconian measures in this place, man. Then shall they be, listen, I love it. I say, and then shall they be known who are my chosen. So, yeah, you might be like, yeah, this dude is crazy. He don't know what he's talking about. Look at this crazy dude. He just out here talking by himself, doing this and that. But you're going to know. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire, right? Because just because we're doing don't mean we're not going to go through our own tests, man. Because the Lord said he's coming to triumph the world, man. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thus has kept the words of my patience, right? Which is talking about the elect, right? Also will I keep thee from the hour of temptation. And that's the thing we're about to go in. Everybody's going to see what they're made of, and whether they're going to get the charagma or not. If you're going to get the micro C hip or not, right? It's called biometrics. We're going to see if anybody get the biometrics. How many of you are going to bow down and get the biometrics? Or even if you're going to be alive in that time. Because when the Lord says there's going to be great death and pestilence upon the earth. Right? According to the Bible. Great death and pestilence is coming to this place. Right? But because thus has kept the word of my patience, right? Suffering. Right? We're all going to suffer. Right? And also, I also will keep thee in the hour of temptation, the time of the charagma, the time, when you're going to get, every man's going to be tested, which shall come upon the world, all the worlds, which shall come upon all the world and try them that dwell upon the earth. So everybody's going to see if you get the charagma or not, right? We're going to see. It says, Revelation chapter 13, verse 15, and he had power, right? Who has power? Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump got the power. He has power. He had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not, right, speak, right, doing this, what is this AI thing that they're talking about, right? Just like when you watched Demolition Man. In Demolition Man, when you broke a law, the dude, he was making cuss word, and it shot out a ticket that he was supposed to, he had to, if he would have, if it wasn't just a movie, he would have had to go pay it, right? Because at one time he just did a bunch of curse words so he can go wipe his butt. But it shows you that if you said a curse word, if you did this, a so-called curse word, right? Because there's no such thing as, the only way you could curse if you pray somebody to die or something, that's a curse. If you pray for someone to die, that's a curse. Just saying a so-called swear word is not a curse word, right? That's just stupid. But what you watch Demolition Man, it shows you that was gonna speak, right? Even right now in China, if you jaywalk across the street, it goes to your social credit score. It takes from your social credit score, which is a way of keeping control of you via through the internet and through all these cameras. You go to China, there's cameras all over the place, right? That's the same thing they're trying to do here. See right here, they're trying to tell you that this is for your safety. Like they got the train, and you got the camera right above you, and you got the cameras over there. They say this is for your safety, which in certain situations, it do help you. But once everybody is, if everybody get the biometrics, you're gonna know wherever you're at and what you're doing. You ain't gonna be able to say, no, that wasn't me. But they're still gonna have the cameras, right? Plus, be able to pinpoint where you're at through your biometrics. Shut off your money. Shut off your ability to go to another city, right? If you not be able, right? That's gonna be more than just the martial law. That's going to be even after martial law, right? But let me finish this up. And it says, because the Lord's about to try the world, man. See what you're made of. Well, it says, I'll start at the top. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, right? The AI system, all that, and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? So the real men are going to be killed. We're not going to take what they're about to give us, right? And he called us both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, right? And that's your biometrics. Unless you have that biometrics, you can't buy or sell. Unless you have that biometrics, you cannot buy or sell unless you got that biometrics, right? And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark and the name of the beast or the number of his name. And so the Lord's about to try the whole world and see what you made of, man. See if you're willing to die, right? Which the Lord said the elect is going to be willing to die, man. Salaki, hold on. Okay. I'm going to call you right back. Okay. But yeah, so these are the things that's coming upon the earth, the world as you know it, right? Because what? You're going to have a cruel Lord, man. And then they were talking about that through the, what's it called? the inauguration, the augurs. He's supposed to read it, and then it's supposed to be according to what's happening in nature and what's going on around in events in the world. Well, events in this world haven't been looking too good, right? Right? Yeah, so these whole things upon the earth haven't been too good, according to the what do you call it? The natural occurrences and events, the events in this earth haven't been good, right? You got fires in California. You got snow in goddamn Florida. Right? It says Job chapter 38 and 22. I'm gonna read this and just close out. It says Job chapter 38 verse 22 has thus entered into the treasures of the snow, right? So hey, the Lord can make it snow at any time, man, or anywhere, right? You got a place like Florida where it pretty much never snows. But what did it say? They said back in about 50 years ago, it snowed a little bit, but it only got about 4 inches. And this time it snowed, it got about double that. It got about 8 to 9 inches, right? They said about 8 inches or so, right? Or has thus seen the treasures of hell, right? The hell, like basically cold water that freezes up over, and it's like almost like a little ball that comes down, right? And then hell, they can come down big, right? Sometimes the ball they can come down pretty big, man. Golf ball. And then you got the softball size too, right? Of hell, cause damage. Right? Which the Lord said he has treasures of that. So he can make it at any place, anywhere. Right? Which I have reserved against the time of trouble. And see, ultimately, that's what time you're in now. You're in the time of trouble, man. You're in the time of Yaikwab trouble, but we're in the time of the world trouble where you're going to be tested. Right? Against the day of the battle and war, man, and that's where you at right now. It's going to be a lot of battles and a lot of wars here right here in America, Babylon the Great, and around the world. The Lord said he's going to try the world, but you're going to have to worry about yourself, right? You know what I'm saying? By what way is the light part? By what way is the light parted? Which scattereth the east wind upon the earth, right? You got the sun that comes up, you got things, and basically between the sun and the weather, it makes winds and dirt, certain things happen. The way the moon is, it allows the tide to come in. Certain way that the Lord control everything. He can make it to where the moon is further off, and that the tide don't stop coming in. Then you'll mess around and have a hurricane with the tide. And man, hey man, the Lord said He's ready for war, man. Right? Who have divided a water course for the overflowing of the water, right? Or a way for the lightning and thunder to cause it to rain on earth where no man is, right? And the wilderness when there is no man. So, hey man, see, the Lord made it snow in Florida, and that's not even a place where it snows. So they're saying they're gonna basically do this so-called ritual, this seance, according to the events, and somehow you're supposed to believe this person being inaugurated is going to be a good thing, and in that inauguration is supposed to be based on the events that's happening. Well, it snowed in a place it's not supposed to snow. It's burning in a place it's not supposed to burn. It's wintertime. Yeah, do California get wildfires? Yes. But not in the dead of winter. That doesn't happen. So with all that, I'm going to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well. The elder apostles in Connecticut, the bishops, right? The bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds, preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever. The hopeful elect, Shalom. To the Israelite foreigners, your phenotype may look like another nation, but your bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to your sisters who are Mothim, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence, and above all, Kwam Yasharallah.